Welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to do a video that's more of a discussional format when it comes to the LG TVs, and we're on an LG C2 here talking about the LG B3 versus the LG C3, and I have a little comparison side by side pulled from Tech Radar here on the screen. And what the question that I want to pose to the community is, what in the hell is LG's strategy here? Now, before I dive more into that, let's just kind of run through what's some of the basic high-level differences here on this year's version of their TVs, which is the B3 and the C3 we're talking about here. Let's start with the B3. Over on the left, you get three sizes with it: 55, 65, and 77. In my opinion, kind of the, you might say the most popular size or the sweet spot for OLED TVs these days is probably that 65, but I feel like the 55 and the 75 kind of hit on those areas as well, so you kind of see the strategy there. HDMI ports, you still get 4 of them. Now, only 2 of them are 2.1, so take note of that. If you're a gamer and you're buying these displays for a gamer, that might be kind of a big hurdle for you to try to get past when making a decision here, but again, I'll have more here in a moment. HDR formats, you get HDR10, HLG, and Dolby Vision, okay? We're not gonna read through the paragraph. Let's dive into the C3 and what comes with that this year. Sizes, you get pretty much all of them. I mean, just about all of them. 42, 48, so if you're putting it on a desk and you're gonna use it as a monitor, you're covered there. 55, 65, 77, kind of that sweet spot I was talking about. And then you're also getting an 83. The screen text says OLED Evo. Really what you're getting with that is a brighter panel. Processor, you're getting the Alpha A9 Generation 6 processor. This is the top of the line as far as their LG OLED technology. This is their top of the line processor. HDMI ports, you're still getting 4 of them, but the difference here is you're getting all 4 of them are capable of HDMI 2.1, full bandwidth 4K 120. Again, I mentioned a moment ago, take note of that, because if you're buying this display and the majority of the time you're going to be gaming on it, you're probably going to lean this C3 anyway. HDR formats, once again, HDR10, HLG, and Dolby Vision. So, the reason why I posed the question at the front of it, and the reason why this topic is interesting to me, is I'm trying to figure out what LG's strategy here is. Now, we already know that the C3 is in a precarious spot here, right? A TV out there, called the Samsung S90 has entered the chat and is creating issues, in my opinion, for the C3 when it comes to sales. They parked that S90 right into that same price point. You're still getting 55, 65, and 77 sizes over there, but you're also getting QD OLED technology, blah, 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 right? So the C3 now has an additional challenger other than, like your typical Sony A80 series and whatnot. But this B3 is curious to me because for me, on the surface, and leave a comment below if you immediately disagree with my assessment here, in my opinion with the B3, what you're getting here is a slightly upgraded LG C1 with less HDMI 2.1 ports. I mean, that's just the baseline of it. That's what I think you're getting. You're probably going to get a little better processing. You're probably going to get similar brightness capabilities, but you're getting less HDMI 2.1s, and it's definitely LG's entry-level OLED. But the curious case for me here is what they're doing with the pricing strategy. Now, let me go over here to Amazon real quick. That's going to refresh, and we've got the 65 pulled up. And you'll note it's we'll just call it $22.99, $2,300, right? And that seems pretty steep to me considering other TVs where they sit in the space, price-wise and feature-wise. I have the C3 as well, same size, 65. It's $2,400, we'll call it. So for $100, we're talking $100 difference between the two of these TVs here. Now, what I'm taking note of here is if you're basically just getting a slightly improved, rebranded LG C1, in my opinion, this TV only makes sense, in my opinion, at under $2,000 at the 65-inch level. If you're going to have the C3, and this is going to refresh every time, that's going to be annoying. If you're going to have the C3 sitting at $2,400 right now, and by the way, these are prices, and what you're on the screen, seeing on the screen are pricing and details as of early June 2023. So if you're seeing this video like 3, 4, 5 months from now, everything could be different prices, etc. But as we sit here in early June 2023, and I'm looking, and I'm an average consumer, and I've settled on the 65, and I'm moving to OLED for the first time. It's gonna be my first OLED, or my TV's like 9 years old, and pretty much anything I buy today is gonna be an upgrade. But I'm trying to decide between this B3 and the C3. And yeah, I game sometimes, but it's really gonna be a mixed bag. I'm gonna game a little bit. I'm kind of a casual gamer, but I'm, you know, gonna be watching content streamed on an Apple TV 4K or a Roku or a NVIDIA Shield. Hell, I might even mix in some cable box TV content to watch. Whatever it is, you're kind of a overall mixed bag consumer. You're not just buying this as a dedicated display for one thing, but you're looking at this going, well, this is $2,300 and this is $2,400. Why the hell is this one priced at $2,300? I mean, it's clearly a step down. Again, panel is not going to be as bright. You're getting 2 less HDMI 2.1 ports for 4K 120 if that matters to you. And you're getting the processor that's a step down from what you could get in the C3. Most people are probably not going to take note of processor differences, but processing makes a tremendous difference when consuming content. When you're watching movies and shows, depending on the quality of what's being streamed, processing can go a long way in your experience and how good it is when watching that content. So that kind of comes back. We're coming full circle to what the hell is LG's strategy here with the B3? I think LG's making a tremendous mistake here. They're missing the boat. For me, if I were in the market and I saw this 65 B3 sitting at $18.99, $17.99 on sale, and then the next one up is like $23.99, you know, $24.99 every day, $23.99 on sale, that B3 would start to look awfully attractive because now I'm saving $500, $600. And that what I'm missing between the B3 and the C3 doesn't look all that much of a big deal now because I'm saving $500, $600, okay? That's a big difference. But $100 difference? No way. I'd like to see your feedback on this. Leave me a comment below. I want to hear from you. If you were going to look at the 65-inch size, would you air quotes save the $100 and say, well, I still save money, whatever, I still got a good TV? Or would you spend that extra $100 and just go ahead and get the C3 that's going to kind of be the best of everything? Generally, this LG C series is kind of like that perfect blend of performance to value. And like so many of us out there that are shopping for whatever it is that you're looking for, you're typically looking for the, as they say, the best bang for buck, right? Like I'm going to get the most features and the best quality for the dollar or the penny that I'm spending. And then there's that segment of the population that money is no object and they just want the best of the best, okay? But I feel like the majority of the people out there are probably looking for best bang for buck. And at $2,300 versus $2,400, the LG B3 makes no sense at all. And I'm out. Until the next one.